Hello everybody, it's wee Paddy back again, and this should have been from a paused video continuation. As you can see, when I done the cut test, this is part 2 now because I hit the wrong button because I'm stupid. So here we go. This is the quick look at the knife that I've just done the cut test on, and I think you'll agree it was a fair enough cut test for what you're going to do. Look, it could have cut for yonks more. There was nothing, there was no deformation. I've actually had a look at it up close under the microscope. There's maybe a tiny wee bump at the end here. Now, I haven't sharpened it since I've done that cut test, so I'm going to show you this. This is just that receipt paper. So I'm trying to go slow so you can see. That is pretty good for what it's done. So that could have gone on cutting for ages. There's nothing wrong with that blade, nothing wrong whatsoever. So I've done 100 odd cuts. I didn't exactly do it at chop wood. I bashed it on the wood, so the steel's all right. I would say something similar maybe to 440C. Not sure. HCR13 could be. The heat treat seems to be pretty good on it because I bashed that edge and it didn't roll over or anything, so it's pretty good. So what else do I like about the knife? One, it feels and acts exactly like the real one. You know, I'm sorry to say it, but it does. It's not going to be S30V, so you're not going to get the steel. The hardware is not as good. The micarta is not as good. You know, the printing on it is a bit of a giveaway. If you know Benchmade, it's a bit of a giveaway. And the sort of rough edges, you'll know that it's not Benchmade. It's much like my Proper. It's dead centered. There's nothing I can do. I've checked all the screws. They're T6, exactly the same as the Benchmade. Now, I measured it myself, and it is the exact same measurements to within thousands of the Benchmade. The blade thickness, the handle thickness, everything is exactly the same. The weight is exactly the same to within thousands. So by all accounts, you know, this is just a complete copy of the Benchmade Proper. But this one costs £15, $20. So, I mean, that is some going, to be honest. I find that amazing for how good a knife it is. So let's have a look at it up close with the Proper. Now, this is my Proper, and I'm going to go round and we'll do the blade first. We'll see. Now, you'll see I have a forward choil in mine, and mine is the first time I had a go at doing a convex grind, so that's why it looks so rough around the edge. Sharp as razor, but it's a convex grind. So there you are, sitting together. The handles look exactly the same. The blades look exactly the same. They've got a nice swedge. The swedge is even quite good symmetrically on this as it is on the... It just looks... The attention to detail, I'll be honest, is just first class. Now, let's go for the typical lookout. Benchmade. Much clearer and better graphics on it. Let me see. You can see that. Now, this one is darker. The clone is much darker and smudged and not as good. This is completely clear. You can read the very small writing. That one not so much. The nail nick in exactly the same sort of place. I think the copy's a wee bit deeper, just and no more. Turning it over to the other side, the copy has got... Oh, this is just the blades now we're looking at. The copy has got the S30V. Again, much like the butterfly at the front, it is much better on the real one. It's lighter in colour, but it's much clearer. This is heavier, and you've got first production. I don't know where they've come with that, but fair play to them, you know, it's there. So, let's close the blades up, and we'll have a look at... this is where maybe there's more telltale signs, if you were going to go out. So we'll put the copy on this side again. So, let's get up here, and we look at the pivot screws. The pivot screws on the... It's maybe not showing up here so well. The pivot screws on the clone are very shiny silvery, where these much more matte. Oh, remind me, there's something to go back and tell you on the blade too. The micarta. The micarta on this is a lovely green, clear micarta. This is more a black type of a micarta, blacky, bluey type. The gluing, what's micarta is just layers and layers and layers and glued. The gluing process seems to be much nicer than that because you get to see the scale. This has got big sort of heavy glue patches, which is just a very, very small detail. It doesn't make the micarta any worse, to be honest. But obviously, I like the Benchmade's one much better than this. Silver, rather than that, I had said that, hadn't I? Silver. But if you bring it up and look closely at round the edges, look at that with the Benchmade. It is much better, although there is sometimes, but this is all the way round. If you didn't have a Benchmade, would you notice that knowing that it's canvas micarta? I don't know. If you were trying to bluff somebody, I don't know. The lanyard hole's about the same size in the same place. The thing that I like about the, can you see this now straight away? The thing that I like about it is the blade doesn't seat as deep as it does in the original. This blade steel is much easier to pull out because you can get your fingers around and get a complete grip, and you're getting both your pads of your fingers on the nail nick. This one, that's quite hard to do. You really have to use the nail nick. So there's a giveaway. That one's sitting higher. And that is the only initial thing that would put me, if you can get both your hands around the thumbnail, it's probably a clone. But just look straight away how dark this is compared to the Benchmade. Now, I can only go on the clone that I got. This was from AliExpress. It is an absolute cracking little penknife. It really is. And for £15, I don't think there's much better out there. The blade steel seemed to work absolutely fine. It really did. I haven't touched it. All I've done is clean that up from when I left it on the table. And I mean, this is me. You either trust me or you don't. I've been doing this for long enough now. And thankfully, most of my subs trust me. I haven't done anything to it, as in sharp. I've just cleaned it off with an alcohol wipe. So I showed you it cutting beforehand there. What I'm going to do is going to bring this over, and I'm going to give this, it's what I would do to most of my knives at the end of the day if I've been using them. I'll just give them a little strop. No pressure, just a strop, because this knife didn't show me any damage. I don't feel as if I have to go, hard at it. It didn't show me any damage. I can feel a little bit of raggedy edge, so that's why I was just giving that a wee. So, now I just want to see if that takes that roughness that was in when I was cutting the paper. Let's do it again, exactly the same paper. Oh. I mean, that would take no time at all. And that is as sharp as I'll ever need a knife. Can I get it sharper? Yes, I can, and I will put it on the stones. But I'll do that to any of my knives. I'll put this on the Spyderco, the white Spyderco. Just give it a quick take, bring the edge up to a nice positive edge, and then give it another wee strop again, and it'll be like a razor. No problem. I have no worries with that happening whatsoever. So, do I recommend you buy it? Look, if you're not going to buy the Benchmade, if you want to see if you would like the Benchmade, this is an excellent way to find out. This is a cheap way to find out if you're going to like it in hand or not. I can't fault it. $20, 15 quid, it's a bargain. It comes in this older type Benchmade box. I don't think these are used anymore. There's nothing else on it. But yeah, I all I can do is say, I mean, I know Dave Dungy, there's a few people already on my channel who have gone to order it, so I'll be interested to see whether they're all the same quality this is. I mean, obviously, this is AliExpress, so I can't ask them for quality. They don't do asking for quality. But as far as the knife goes, absolutely spot on. They've done a good job. I still will use my Benchmade Proper because I like the steel. I like my adaptations I've done. What I might do is use this in the future down the line, and I'll do the adaptations live on it and change the things that I didn't like. I didn't like the pointedness of these two handles. I felt in use they sort of irritated me, so I rounded mine off a bit, and then I put the forward finger choil. And then I convex the edge, which I actually like much better than just a a flat grind. So, all right, I damaged my blade. Hopefully on the, well, not clone. If I had my clone, I could have practiced on it, but I practiced on this. So there you go. We'll see how the future goes. Let me know what you think. Are you against, disagree? To me, I mean, I've got the proper, so I bought from Benchmade. I'm not doing them out of any money by buying this. I'm not going to have two of them. But I'll probably end up using this as a rough penknife or leaving it somewhere that I'm going to use it, that I would do like just package opening and things like that. Dirty work around the caravan. It'll get put somewhere because I really do like it. I'll probably put the forward choil on it. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm away now. I'm sorry about the pausing and wrecking it in the video. I do it all the time. I am rubbish at technology. But I'm gone. I have a lovely cup of tea here that the good wife made for me, and I'm going to go and have it. All the very best, folks. Paddy's away for a cup of tea. Bye.